Good morning, beautiful people. It's good to see you again. As you know, I am Suzanna Kaye, and I am just here having one of the off-the-cuff conversations with you about your home, productivity, and all the things that make our life a better place. So I'm glad that you joined me today. We're trying out a new microphone today, so I'm not sure how well that's going to work. Hopefully you can hear me all right, and we will adjust next week if it's not good. But as the title says, today I wanted to talk to you about getting your family's buy-in and help around the house. We all know that sometimes we go through and do these massive organizing projects or cleaning projects, and then it never fails, the family comes in and all of it kind of goes out the window, and it's disheartening and frustrating, and you just feel like you can't really get anything done. So we're going to talk about a couple of strategies that we use here at our house, I use with clients, and things that have been shown to be pretty effective at helping get the buy-in from your family. First off, I usually like to say, be the change you want to see in your home. What this means is lead by example. So if you're not doing your part of cleaning and organizing and putting things away, if you're leaving your shoes in the middle of the living room or the garbage next to the couch, then it's really hard to expect everybody else to get on board. It's unlikely that anybody is going to take it very seriously if you're not caring for the home too. So the first step is always, I say, be the change you want to see in your home. If you want them to pick up and clean up after themselves after they make a meal, then also do it after you make a meal. Things like that. Also, get their buy-in. A lot of times when I'm working with people who have children, if we're working in the kids' space, I work one-on-one with the child because it is so important to get their buy-in on these solutions, or else they have no reason to even want to keep these organized or cleaned because they had no part of the decision-making process. It's not really their system. And very few of us like to be told that you should work in somebody else's system, right? I know I, as a bit of a rebel, hate that. The best thing to do to get me to not do something is to tell me to do it. Instantly, I automatically react in the, I don't want to do it, is the first thing that comes up. And I have to talk myself into doing it. So get their buy-in. And the way I do this when I work with kids in their spaces is I will ask for their opinions as we decide where to keep things, what bins to store things in. I will ask if they like what we've done or if they would adjust it in some way. I give them suggestions rather than telling them what to do. So for example, when I work with Kayla in her room, then I can say, hey, what do you think about if we put all the Legos in this one area of your shelves? Would that work for you? And then it gives her the opportunity to think about it and then to say yes. Or if she says no, then I can say, okay, what are your ideas? Because I'd love to see this easy for you to access. And then she can tell me what her thoughts are, or at least tell me what it is about my idea that she did not like. Once you get to that yes, though, they're much more likely to buy in and keep it up because this is something that they also agreed with. Along with that is being clear with the labels. So once everybody has had their opinions heard and bought into this new system, even if you're organizing it yourself, make sure that after it's organized, ask if anybody has any adjustments. Ask if anybody has something that they think would make it difficult for them or opinions on it. And be nice enough to listen. When they give you some opinions, then listen to them and truly take into account what they say and make those adjustments if it would work for everybody, or have a discussion. Don't just simply shut them down, because if they don't feel heard, then instantly your systems are not going to work. But then once everybody is agreed on what the systems are and what's going on, be clear with labels. So label pretty much everything. Label the drawers, label the cabinets, label the bins. So that way nobody forgets, especially with a new system. It's hard to remember where everything is at first. So we tend to make quick decisions and say, I don't know, how about here? And that's when things start to get disheveled. And also, you can hold them more accountable. because they can't say that they didn't know. The labels are right there, and you can have a discussion about why it's not getting done. Instead of being this overlord, you can have an actual discussion about, I'm seeing that this is getting really cluttered again. Why is that? Like, is it not convenient? Or is there something that we can adjust? Because I'd really love to be able to reach the coffee mugs easily in the morning. But when the teacups are in front of it, then it's really not working for me. Maybe we can find a way that would work. Don't criticize. This is a big one. Nobody wants a supervisor, right? So if your family is putting forth an effort, even if it's a small effort at first, if they're putting forth an effort, don't tell them everything that they've done wrong. Don't go behind them and fix it right away. You can maybe fix it later that week, but nobody wants to have spent some time actually trying to follow somebody else's rules just for them to come back behind them and do it over. I know I could be that way about the dishwasher with my husband. So sometimes he loads the dishwasher and he'll notice that I've moved things around because I want the water to hit the dishes right. And I try not to do that too much because it is disheartening. It's like, well, why did I bother loading it in the first place if you're just going to do it anyway? So don't be that critic. Don't be the supervisor. Just acknowledge what they're doing well and what they're doing to help you and how that helps you. When you acknowledge it, you could say, thank you so much for doing the dishes. You know, I was dreading doing that, and that makes me feel so loved that you just did those for me. Thank you. Sometimes it's hard to feel grateful when you feel like they should be doing it and that they should have been doing it all along, but a little gratitude goes a long way. So I highly recommend that when they are putting forth effort, notice it and appreciate it, like honestly appreciate what they're doing. And it makes a big difference. And finally, if things still are not getting done, look at the scheduling. If you have kids around and you want them to do a whole list of chores, possibly they're already overscheduled with some of their homework and after school activities. So be realistic about what they truly can take on, because kids do need some downtime too and some time to be kids. It's no fun to go straight from school to homework to chores to bed and never have any downtime in between. I know I need downtime in order to refresh and come back and be good at some of the things that I can do. So sometimes just if it's still not working, look at the scheduling and see, are they getting enough time for themselves as well? Are they overbooked? And if so, do we need to change the schedule or do we need to change the expectations? Which is more important to you, the piano lessons or having the dogs walked for you? So overscheduling can be a real problem and we might not see it because we're not the ones battling it. Those are some of my top ways to get your family's buy-in. Now, these are not magic steps. You can't just start doing all of these things and expect miracles if you've been doing everything the whole time or if nobody's been doing anything this whole time, because it's, we can't just go from 0 to 60. So at first, don't be surprised if everybody's not just instantly hop on this bandwagon of yours. Give it time, keep doing these steps, and it should progress more and more. Because a lot of times when mom's been doing everything and suddenly mom wants us to do it too, there's some shock that they need to get over and it kind of throws them off a bit. So give them time to adjust to the new normal and ease them into it. If you don't do it now, then it's just never going to happen and you're always going to be the one. So I hope these were helpful. So remember, be the example in your home. Get their buy-in and opinions and listen to it. Don't criticize and supervise. Be clear by labeling everything and check out the overscheduling if it's still not all coming together. And finally, be patient. Give them time and appreciate and acknowledge what they do. I hope these have been helpful for you. If you are the type, like me, who likes to take on the projects in your home and does not necessarily want extra help out there, like the professional organizing company that I work for, Spark, sometimes we don't necessarily want the one-on-one organizer to come in because we want to try it ourselves, I have a project for you. The 365 Project is a new program we've launched. It is an email a day with an action for each area of your home. And it has some organizing concepts, and it has a Facebook group that's going to be starting up for others to bounce ideas off of each other, and it's just this community and this guidance to help you tackle one room of your home at a time. During February right now, we have our bedroom and master closet. Since it's partway through the month, if you do join now, we can send you all of the previous month's emails as well. So that way you have them available. You've not missed half the month. But if you are the type of person who really wants to tackle it on your own, if you're the person who just wants the steps and suggestions and ideas and can really run with it, and if you are the person who really just wants to find peace in your home again and maybe declutter a bit and create that permanent peaceful place, then this is probably a great program for you to check out. Hop on over to My 365 Project, that's my365project.com, and check it out. Next week, the price is going up significantly, like more than triple. So if you're interested in doing it, right now is the time to buy that annual subscription because it will be nowhere near the price that it is right now. And with an annual subscription, you will be getting the Facebook group and all of these great things. So I highly encourage you, hop on over, check it out, let me know what you think, and comment on this video. How do you get your family to buy in and help you out? I look forward to seeing you next week. Again, I'm Suzanna Kaye, owner of Spark Organizing, and I just want to help you create the best home for the life you want to live. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you next week.